So can you imagine spending, let's say, 6 months or 8 months building an app only then to figure out that nobody will use that app? Just imagine how awful it will be for you to be in the situation. So I have been there, and I might have something that will help you and actually save you from being in this situation. So what are we waiting for? Let's actually get into it. So let's actually talk about something very important, which is the biggest mistake that mobile app developers make. So to build an app, we know that we have to start with idea, we have to do a lot of research, and then we go ahead and build that idea or turn it into an app. But the thing is that there is one step that is between the idea and the building that we usually miss, which is called the MVP and the stage of validation your app idea. Because let's be honest, so many developers, whenever they find an idea, they go ahead and build the app, like the entire app. They make it functional. They do a lot of effort. They put so much resources into building that app, and they think once that app is published, everybody will just use it. But that's not how it works, because you are not building the next ChatGPT or the next Facebook so that everyone will actually use them. You are building a very small app, and you have to make sure that once it is published, some people will use it right away. So this is exactly the goal of this video, is to show you exactly how you can actually save a lot of time building something that nobody wants. And it is very critical. And if you skip this video or if you skip this part, I can almost guarantee that you will waste a lot of time and you will face a lot of problems that you can just save by just watching this video. So right now, let's actually move on to how we can actually do this in reality. So the first thing that we have to do, as I told you, to make sure that we build something useful, is to find people interested in our idea. But to do this, we have to have an idea in the first place. So for the sake of this video, let's actually pretend that we are building an app that helps people like make challenges. So if a person wanted to just get used to waking up early, he will challenge himself and he will set a challenge to wake up early for 10 days straight so that he can start building that habit of waking up early. So this is our app idea, but we are not going to build it yet. We are going to actually go ahead and find people who are going to be interested in this app. But let me ask you a question. Who are these people who will use this type of app? So we need to know who they are before we know where to find them, because knowing your ideal customer profile, or what we call ICP, is way more important than where to find it. Because if you know who you are searching for, you can go to platforms like Twitter, Reddit, or Facebook, and you will find them right there. But you have to know who they are in the first place. So let's actually go ahead and actually see who are these people. So for those who are going to be using this type of app, they have to be interested in self-development or self-help. They can be like following people in this space, or they can actually be interested in books about this particular topic. And when it comes to the age, they can be from, let's say, 15 to 40 years old, because this is the range where people are actually interested in improving the quality of their life. So right now we have a few information about who we are targeting. So right now, I just want you to take some time and just think of your ICP, your ideal customer profile. You need to always understand who you are talking to before you go ahead and find them, because if you actually don't know who you are who you want to talk to, it's impossible for you to find them. So once you have found your ICP or ideal customer profile, now it's time to find them. So if we are looking for people interested in self-help or productivity in general, we have to go and find them on social media. Now, for example, I will go to Twitter and I will go to the communities and search for productivity, and I will look for communities that are a little bit active. So you can find communities that are that have some recent activities, so they are not dead or abandoned. Or you can go ahead and search in Reddit. That's also a community platform. Or you can also use Facebook if you like. There are a lot of platforms that are focused on community, because right now we need the word community. We need people who belong to a certain community. So now that we know who we are targeting and where to find them, now it's time to know how to take them from where we have found them to a private place, because you cannot just go to a community and start sharing your app or something like that. No, you have to bring all of those people, or just at least most of them, to a place like a private Facebook group or WhatsApp group or a school community, it's really up to you. So now, but here's the thing: before you take them somewhere where you can talk to them privately without any restrictions, you have to engage with them, and it's very easy. So if you are on Twitter and if you have joined a productivity or self-help community, you can go ahead inside of that community or group and start making posts. So you spend 30 minutes per day making content in this community, and most importantly, liking and commenting on other people's posts, because this is where they will get interested in you. Because if you don't comment on their posts and if you don't like their posts, they might not actually know you, they might not even pay attention to you, right? So liking and commenting or engaging with other people's posts in any way or shape, this would definitely help you become more visible to them, so that when you move on to the next step, it will become much easier for you. So you can do this for 10 days or 2 weeks, just like that, so people will actually, get to know you. You cannot just do it for 3 days and expect people to know you right away. So it takes some time, but it is definitely worth it, because it's about your app, and you have to, be ready to spend some time working on it. So right now we have done so many things. We have found our ICP, and then we learned how to find them and which social media platform to use. Then we found out how to engage with them and build some sort of relationship. But now it's time to get to the point. So right now you must actually be talking to these people directly, and on Twitter, I mean, like if you are using Twitter, you need to send them direct DMs. So you can just go to their profile and click on DMs if they are open to that, and tell them, hi, how are you doing? We have been talking a lot in this community, and we actually see that we have something in common, and I would like to invite you to a private community that I have made where we can actually talk more about this topic. So if you'd like to join us, we would be so happy. So let's say you send 20 messages per day. So you will have, let's say like in 10 days, you might end up having 50 people inside of your community. All right, now you have brought people to your community. So you have to set a goal for yourself. Let's say your goal was to reach 50 people into your community. So once you reach that goal, of course, like each and every day, even if you have 1 or 2 people inside of this community, you must make posts, you must comment, you must engage, you must do something. Because with my community, even when it was still almost empty, I was always making content, even though I was only one to see it. But that is very important, because when people join, they need to see something. All right, so you have to prepare something in the community before they can join. So now this is actually where things get very interesting, because once you hit, let's say 50 people, then you will actually share with them your MVP. So when it comes to MVP, it's like, let's say we want to make a challenges app. We need just to make a very small version of it, just like a 2 screens app where you can just create a challenge and just follow along with it. You don't need to put so much focus on design. You only need to make the core functionality, because your app helps people make challenges. So just implement that feature into your app and don't focus on design a lot. So, and then when you share your, so by the way, okay, you have to do your research on what is an MVP if you don't know what it is, because it's very important, and you have to understand what it is and how to implement it. And with Flow, you can build an MVP for almost any app in under 3 weeks or under 1 month if that app is some complicated. But for an app like this, if you are good with the Flow, and if you have followed some of the courses we have in the classroom tab of our community, you actually can make it under 2 weeks. I can almost guarantee that. So it's not a big deal. So right now, actually, we said that we have to share our MVP with people who say, hey, thank you so much for joining our community, and actually I have built an app that helps you make challenges. So I would like if you can just try it out and just let me know how you found it. So you give it to them and give them, let's say 1 week, and then you ask them, hey, so I gave you the MVP, so you have tried it now. Please let me know how did you find it. So then you'll get feedback, and if you get so many good feedback that this idea is worth building and it has some potential, then you can go ahead and build that app. And if they said no, then it is a sign that you have to just let go of it and build something new. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was useful for you. So let me give you a quick summary. So we learned that having an MVP and validating our idea with a small community of people is crucial, because it helps us make sure that we are building something that people are willing to use and there is a demand for. So it saves you a lot of time from building something that at the end of the day, you will find that nobody wants to use it. I keep in mind that no matter where you are at your development journey, you are always welcome to join our school community, because there you'll find people interested in building and scaling mobile apps with no code. That is the right place for you to be. So you can join by watching a small video I have made down below so you can click on it. It will show you exactly how to join the community so you don't get lost. So thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you inside of our community.